Hello, faith leader, and welcome to Breaktime. Today we are in Psalm 17:14. It says, "By your hand save me from such people, Lord, from those of this world whose reward is in this life. May what you have stored up for the wicked fill their bellies. May their children gorge themselves on it, and may there be leftovers for their little ones." And so David, you can sense his despair in this passage of scripture. At least I can. I can sense it because he's saying, man, my enemies have indulged themselves in what this world is offering them, to the place that their children are flourishing and their children are flourishing. And he's saying, God, help me. Confront them. How does he say it? He says, save me from such people. Now, we may be surrounded by people who have found that they are living strictly for this world. They don't see eternity. They're not living in light of eternity. They're not living in light of who Jesus is, or they don't believe. And so they have kind of consumed themselves with what this world has offered. And that influence, if you're surrounded by people like that in your workplace, typically what they do is they'll do whatever they can to gain advancements, what they seem as success, because if you're focused on here and now, this world right now, and you don't have an afterlife, so you've got to get everything you can get, squeeze everything you can get out of this world. Usually it's a material God, a money God, power God, a status God, that they're serving. They're still serving a God. It just looks different. And so typically what David saw this same practice. What can end up happening is if you're surrounded by that, it can influence, and it can make you feel like question your faith, doubt your faith, but maybe you're not. Praise be to God. But maybe if you're surrounded by it, maybe you're not even realizing the influence. And so it starts trickling in the way that you make decisions, to the choices, that you're making, that I make. I'm allowing this enemy influence to come in. And it might be really subtle. I think this is a really subtle passage, because when people are serving this world and their God is in this world, it can seem like that. Why are they prospering? Come on, Lord, I'm serving you, and you are my Lord, and you are my God, and all be to your glory. But why are the wicked prospering? Well, he causes the rain and, to fall on the wicked. And it's the same. But why? Those are the questions that sometimes come up in my heart. And they're questions I often get asked is, I'm working so hard, but maybe your prosperity is coming in a different form, in a different way. You've got things in your heart, in your view, in your perspective, in the way that you treat people, in the places that you find delight, that oftentimes people that are serving themselves in this world can't find. Such as the greatest principle of peace, in the midst of turmoil. I was just at a funeral not too long ago, and I sensed a great amount of peace from a great amount of people who you could tell were seeking God and loving God. And so, we have such a richness that God has given to us. So be cautious that you're not looking to the world to try to fill the empty places maybe that God is trying to fill. Does that make sense? And when the outside influences are trying to penetrate their way in, trying to creep in, remember that that's an enemy, and that to guard your heart against what the enemy is trying to do. Oh, loved one, protect your influences. Protect what you allow into that circle of influence in your life, because it can be so subtle. Oh, seek him.